It's so nice and warm.
Yeah, we're also live.
I know.
Hello,
Hi.
peoples.
But I also want to show off the tattoo.
Yes.
I'm so happy with it. We got tattoos.
Yeah, they're super duper cool.
So it was Mark's Christmas present to me. So, yay.
Yeah, they show up. Those look gorgeous.
Yeah, they really do.
It's kind of hard to tell, but you might recognize the sticker that we had in the tap room.
It's right
Oh, that
there.
one. Nice.
Yeah.
Yep, those are now on our arms.
Yes. Forever.
Forever, pending lasers.
I don't want to get rid of it. I love it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's so well done. I mean,
Yes.
extremely intricate artwork.
Yes.
I also have one more pepperoni than you do.
You do.
We'll call that
That's
artistic
hilarious.
license.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
what do you have?
Yes, aren't they so good?
I can't wait to show them off.
Comments.
We finally got the plastic wrap off of them today.
Yep.
So now they hurt like a sunburn again, but but they're
yeah, you
so...
can see like you can see the line here where my skin's kind of irritated from having it peeled off.
But they're so pretty.
They were lotioning like crazy.
Yeah, no joke. What do you have?
Did you get me what I asked for?
I did.
I have MD314 because it's back on tap. Yay!
Neat.
Why do I only have one though?
Because I had an idea at the very last second as I was frantically trying to set everything up that seemed relevant to tomorrow.
I figured so. Tonight, while Mark was running to the store for the one item that we didn't have, the store was out of yesterday or the day before, whenever you went to the store.
And my backup store was also out.
Oh no! Did you finally get them?
Yeah, I went to the original store and they had it.
Anyway, so Mark was doing shopping and then stopping by the tap room to get us drinks for tonight. And I was doing homeschooling with the kids. And so Mark gets home and it's like wonderful. It's like, I don't know, it was like 6:15, 6:20, something like that. It's like just enough time to get the setup already. And then I hear him go out back. It was kind of like, well,
we're late.
So I had school I had to do with the kids.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
Neat.
Because our children's education is important. Yeah. Anyways.
How is it?
It's really nice.
Just apple pie-y enough?
Yep. It's a little tartar than I remember.
Ooh, fancy.
Kind
of like almost green apple pie.
Almost a little bit, yeah. I wonder if it's just like in an aging cycle. I mean, it's delicious.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That remains one of my favorites that you've made.
Yep. This was the original. It's the first recipe that I ever developed and the first cider I ever released to the public. About
commercially.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, fun. Okay, so that.
This is an IPA. They're apparently really popular, so we had to make an IPA now. I talked to Reese. He said, yeah. He was pinching his nose a lot, but he said, yeah. And so this one's a dry hoped IPA, whatever that means. I don't know. It's beer, apparently.
Should I be writing up on the board IPAH?
Yes.
IPA.
Yeah. We'll name it John Luck Pickard.
All right.
Dang it. Now that should have been the name of it. Joking aside, this is the collaboration we have been working on with Natural 20 for the past few weeks.
Something like that.
I want to say something like that.
Almost a month.
It is an IPA because Natural 20, but they're really, really good at those. And I feel like it really brought the best of both of our worlds together. So I'm going to try it. It is literally just done today. Oh, good. There's still pressure in there. So I wanted to give it a shot live on camera because I'm brave like that.
So I scooch in really fast if you get up and have to go spit it out.
Yep, that's right.
Not that that's going to happen. Oh, no. A little tiny itty baby hair fell into my drink.
Okay, right out of the gate, it's perfectly carbonated.
It's beautiful color, too.
It's got a beautiful white head on there that stays. That would be the wheat that we added in, just for a little bit of head retention, so you always get that white foam up top. It's beautiful golden color there.
Yeah, and it shows up pretty well. IPA Gangnam
Gangnam style, yeah.
Ippa Yip
Yip, yip.
Yip.
God, dang it.
Did you guys decide on a name yet?
Yeah,
Oh.
but well, it smells
Luke's
fa-
is better. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is. It is. It smells amazing. It's very
Yeah.
floral. It almost has a little bit of funk to it too. It's kind of like somebody tried to make just a citrusy, hoppy ale, but they kind of ran it through their barn at the same time. And it's really interesting. Crisp and clean. That is a really crisp, bright flavor. It's not terribly bitter, which is my preference. And I think that was probably my contribution to things. Oh, wow. And then it ends on a real fruity note. It's like it starts out with that funk and that I'm really not going to like this. And then you taste it. It's like, actually, that's really good. And then it transports you straight to Fruity Town.
There's a real brightness at the beginning that mellows out at the end.
Yeah. I would say I like this one because of its complexity. It's not just one thing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of different things on a journey. So I like it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and not dump all of those kegs out there, which I'm sure Reese will be really happy to hear.
Would throttle you.
My place, my rules.
No.
I'm sorry, mice got in. They chewed right through the stainless and then welded it back together again when they were done.
Those are some mice. So what's the name?
Ale of Owl's Wisdom.
Ale of Owl's Wisdom. Nice.
That's right. And if you can't say it, you can't drink it.
What's the ABV on it?
It's extremely approachable. It's I don't know the exact number, but it's right around 5%, maybe.
Nice.
So this is one of those. Feel free to have several if you're used to Bardic.
Yeah.
And it should be just fine. So it is eminently drinkable. I would probably have promoted this more in summertime, but it's just good beer.
We're weird. We do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we usually get things backwards, but it's just good beer. I really like it.
Drinks are such similar color. Oh, they are.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I also brought myself Raven Master because I wasn't...
the name, yeah.
That was the first thing I thought I'd get because I've really been enjoying it lately. But
yes,
I thought this would be a fun treat too. Wow, that just holds on right there, doesn't it? Yeah. So what else is new then?
All right. Well, you did not brew on Thursday.
Nope, had
but you had random child.
Wild child.
But some of your brews are ready.
Yes.
Talk.
Chanterelle Lace is just about to be released. I believe I'm going to go ahead and keg up some of it probably tomorrow morning, which means tomorrow for trivia.
Oh, no, because we're releasing that.
Well, it depends on if we get enough people to polish off that kombucha.
Okay.
If they do, if enough people drink kombucha, you'll get to see Chanterelle Lace tomorrow. So, but this is going to be the big release tomorrow.
Yes. So for trivia.
Yep, for trivia.
I mean, we'll have it beforehand, but
it'll be a simultaneous release with Natural 20.
Yeah,
they'll put it on the same day.
Nice.
I think we should charge $15 a pint. Mm-hmm. Reese wants to give it away for free. I'm sure we'll meet somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
And
yep.
But no, so yeah, Chanterelle Lace is on deck. It's coming up. Singularity is clearing up and getting ready very nicely. It's very nearly ready. And I just put our second gruet that we have ever made into the walk-in. And you'll recall that gruets are, at the risk of oversimplifying, they're basically beers made without hops. You throw in other herbs instead. In this case, Earl Grey tea and a little bit of ground up vanilla bean. So it's called appropriately tea, Earl Gruet, hot. And you have to say it just like that, except even better than me if you can.
I can't say it like
that's
that
okay.
at all.
That's okay.
It's my voice. That's it.
It's okay. Hello. But that will be available up at Bellwether 1st of February.
Gruet, yes. Sorry.
The Gruet will be. And then immediately after that will also be available down at our place. Because I kind of want to give them the show for Gruet Fest and then day after release it at our place. But
or Gruet Fest.
That's Braggot Fest, but that's okay.
I tried.
It's all right.
I was looking at it a few minutes ago thinking like the little hexagon for the honey was really cool. Mm-hmm. And then the fest. And then
it does have fest on it, yeah.
Wires crossed.
That's okay. Those things happen.
Beer.
So Glenn, interesting question. I didn't immediately plan to serve it hot, but after briefly sampling it yesterday, I darn well might. It just has that flavor that could really, really come across hot really well.
Yeah.
So I really think we should have some of it just steeped there, ready at just the right temperature for people, and they have their choice.
I don't know if this is sacrilege or not, but could we pour some of it either into a glass and microwave it shortly, like on half power or something, because you don't want to destroy the flavors, or put it in our kettle?
I probably wouldn't put it in the kettle. I don't know what a rapid boiler kettle would do to itself if you put beer in it. Probably blow up.
It's not. It's tea.
It's beer tea.
Yeah.
It's beer tea.
And the kettle comes with its own little strainer. It's meant to be made.
I think experiments are in order.
Okay.
Yeah. It seems a little gauche microwaving it, but
that's kind of what I thought.
I think if you could ladle it out kind of like Christmas time, except it's Earl Grey time.
My only fear is that you only get one person who wants it hot, and then the rest of the kettle will go to waste.
Well, you just have a little bit in there at a time.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Figure something out, I'm sure. So
the short answer is very definitely maybe. Probably. It's a very definite maybe.
Very definite maybe.
Yeah. I think if the right people asked nicely enough, we could totally make it happen.
Across the board, even if we don't advertise it, like just come in and be like, "Hey, could I get
secret menu
we'll
item?
Something out."
Yep.
Yeah,
we'll figure out what rapid, intense heat does to carbonation in a liquid.
Yeah,
that'll be a good science experiment.
We can do that after hours.
just
put the whole thing.
Just hold the mop under the microwave and just wait for it to go off.
No, I was thinking the kettle. Put like just the minimum amount in the kettle.
Oh,
and then set the kettle in the sink. And turn it on.
Watch it go nuts.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah, we could do that too.
For our little dipper.
Oh my god.
That's true.
That's actually a really good idea. Something more romantic. Well, I mean.
Did you miss the sushi?
I did.
Place? Yeah.
When they said they microwave their hot. No,
yeah,
that's not how you make hot sake.
Yeah, I think Glenn, you were right to be a little taken aback by that.
You have to heat transfer it with boiling water because you don't want it to actually come to boiling. You want it to gently I'm gonna make sake next, and I'm gonna serve it right.
Threatening to make sake for years.
Now I'm gonna, because now I have a guy who's been burned by somebody else, and he needs me to make sake the right way.
Assuming that you can.
His only hope. I'm like old Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Certainly not the, thousands of years of tradition and preparation and education that goes into most sakes.
No, an article I found on the internet will be just fine.
Oh, you're so American. Okay. I do think you should try your hand at sake. Though.
I do too. I finally have the means to actually make it and the expertise to actually make it. I really probably should. Lord knows we've got the licenses to make it.
Falls under wine.
Sure.
So technically,
it falls under beer because it's made with rice, which is a grain.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah. Same as seltzers. It's made with corn sugar, which is corn, which is a grain. Therefore, it's a beer. Talk about a bad word worth of. Anyway.
Yes. There we have it.
There we have it.
In the cider world, I am still letting my cider ferment. It is happily bubbling along.
Frighteningly transparent.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's not like yellow like cider is. It's like clear like water.
We did Cosmic Crisps. I go grab the sample.
The fun thing about Cosmic Crisps, so any other apple in the world, you cut it in half, you set it on the counter, it turns brown very, very quickly. Oxidation, same thing that makes rust. The Cosmic Crisps were basically made in a lab, but they were specifically engineered to not oxidize hardly at all. Technically, still slightly, but not hardly at all.
I cut into one when they first started coming out and left it in the fridge for like 2 or 3 weeks. no oxidation. I mean, like tiny little bit around the edges, but virtually none.
Yeah, so consequently, when you turn it into juice, you don't get hardly any of that yellow color from the oxidation.
So this is the Cosmic Crisp next to MD. MD does have some caramel in it, so that adjusts the color a little bit, but not that much.
And once this finishes and clarifies, it is, especially in the small sample glasses, it's nearly indistinguishable from water, except this tastes rad, and water is water.
So yeah, you can see, for anybody watching who hasn't really gotten to see the process at all, this little yellow strip up here is the fermentation is currently happening. And so bubbles bubble up, and then they kind of leave a little bit of residue at the top. So, boop. And that Mark just booped is our gravity reader.
Hydrometer, maybe? If you were to give it a random name.
Yes, hypothetically speaking. If there was no sugar in this liquid, it would be sitting right around here. It's not. So there's still sugar in here. And
although it is halfway done from when we started measuring it.
Yeah.
So it's moving along very nicely.
Yeah. Well, and you can see
yeah.
people on well, I don't know.
If you were sitting next to us, which would be kind of fun.
It would be kind of fun.
You can see little bubbles going up and little floaties going down.
Yeah,
basically
you can't really see that.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Because science.
Because science.
Anyway, so Cosmic Crisps are happily bubbling along, fermenting. We got all 11 of the samples for all those different yeasts. Anybody not joining us from last week, I got a whole packet a whole bunch of little packets of different kinds of yeast that I'm playing with just to see what they do to the cider. So those are all happily bubbling along as well. Should probably start checking those soon.
It's probably going to be done pretty darn quick.
Yep. So that's kind of where cider is settling. Do
you want to announce what ABV that's going to ultimately come out to?
You're going to, because I've suddenly forgotten.
This one is going to be your highest natural fermentation one yet. No sugar added, no reduction, no heat reduction or anything else.
These were really happy apples.
These were really, really happy apples. It's going to come out to 7.9. You could almost you could almost push it to 8 with just a little bit of encouragement. It might wind up at 8. That is a pretty darn respectable natural cider.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that. And we have horrible inclement weather to thank for that.
Yes.
Because,
yeah. Well, possibly.
Well, yeah. Science is needed. More science is needed.
So went down, got the apples right after Christmas. So we had that cold snap where we went down to single digits and then below single digits.
It was like 5 Kelvin.
Yeah. That's the weather that the apples drove back in. So then not only is it 5 degrees or whatever, you've also got wind chill.
50-mile-an-hour wind chill in 5-degree weather, which
the apples froze.
We call that a blast freezer.
Which is super cool. I know some of the science behind freezing. I learned a bunch about it when I first started making cider, but I haven't used it, so I lost a bunch of it. But I do know it broke down cell walls, which I think is why we got an extra 10 to 15 gallons of juice out of these apples than we would normally expect. It could have just been, though, that they were just a particularly juicy batch. That happens, too.
Yeah.
But my money's on them freezing. Also, I suspect some of the water to have evaporated, not evaporated, but to have leached out of the apples in the freezing process. So I don't know, but those are some suspicions I have.
Fun science fact.
Yes.
You know the common knowledge that when you're walking on ice, the reason it's slippery is because the pressure of your foot changes the melting point of the ice and turns it to liquid, and now you're on wet ice and it's slippery.
Uh-huh.
Total bunk.
Really?
Absolute garbage.
What's the actual science?
Well, first of all, the shocking statistic. The amount of pressure it would take to change the melting point of ice to the point that it turned to water would be an elephant standing on a ballpoint pen.
Oh, wow.
So that's not what's happening.
No. Now what's happening?
What's actually happening is right on the surface of that ice, molecules will very happily just kind of decide, I'm not ice anymore. Because when you get down to that level, they just kind of freak out like that sometimes. It's like, man, I'm tired of this game. I'm water now.
We think that we have so much control over things.
But we don't.
But then we have molecules that are just like, nah.
Changed my mind. And so on the surface, those are very readily happy to do that. And so you step on them, it's like, sucker! And now you're water and you're sliding all over the place. But it has nothing to do with the pressure of your foot.
It's just some jerk molecules.
It's some molecules that decide they didn't want to play by the rules.
Rebels.
Yeah. I'm at sea level below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm water now.
Yay. Okay.
So, the more you know. Anyway.
The more you know.
But you could be fired.
Oh, Glenn, that meme was awful. Shame on you. You haven't read that part of the book yet. Okay. Anyway.
Getting back to reality.
Epic fantasy books are reality.
And Dewey Duck is a real person.
He is a real person.
Which is why we only have fantasy character names in our tap room.
Which is why it's Scrooge or Dewey McDuck.
That's right. Anyway.
Okay, yeah. So cider. Some of it's turning into health potion. I'm considering seeing what the flavor is like once this is just fermented. See if I like that flavor. I might serve it on its own.
Bridge 4.
That's pretty much what Bridge 4 was. It wasn't Cosmic Crisps.
I have no idea what that one was, and I'm really sad about that.
Yeah.
Because that thing looked like water.
I know. And it still makes no sense because that was when I was still using my standard base cider mix.
We had started to delve into Honey Crisps. It might have been Honey Crisp. Hard to say.
Yeah.
Because Cosmic Crisps are actually descendants of Honey Crisp.
Yes, that is true. Hence the crisp. So I'm going to try it, see what I think. So Bridge 4 might make a return, which would make me really happy. Back to that meme. Okay. So some of it's going to be health potion. Some of it might be Bridge 4 or some kind of variant. Maybe I could make it variant Bridge 4 and then
you could make Crocodile Loki.
The Cosmere and the MCU then mash in our tap room. That's kind of magical, right? The other bits of it.
I can't believe Bridge 4 has survived 15 times. We're from the TVA.
Somebody's knocking on our door.
Would a child like to get the door?
Wendy, thank you. This is going to be fun.
This should be hilarious.
Oh, it's the box.
Oh, hooray.
Yay.
Oh, which brings us to events here shortly.
Well, we'll get to that. Alligator Loki. Thank you, Wendy. Okay. The other bits of the cider are going to be turned into, I think I'm settling on definitely Zuko, and I'm going back and forth between social distancing and Saber of Windu. Both of the, whichever one I choose, the other one will happen with my next batch. So that's
there you go.
Cider.
Events. The most notable event of all. Tomorrow is the first of our weekly trivia events starting up. So we just, courtesy of UPS, received the mount for our new projector. Lord willing, we'll be receiving the projector tomorrow. We'll see.
The projector was supposed to be here today,
and the mount tomorrow. So that's weird. I don't know shipping.
But we have a projector.
We do have a projector. Yeah. So we are all geared up and ready to go. Nearly for.
Yeah. I need to go buy whiteboards.
Yeah, for trivia tomorrow, and it's going to be the first of our weekly trivias.
So every Tuesday,
every single Tuesday,
6:30, we'll have trivia.
Yep. It's going to be fantastic.
We've got signups in the tap room, so if you want to come early and sign up, awesome.
The Cool team has already signed up,
yes.
So sorry, you're going to have to pick a new name.
Cool.
Team Cool.
Yes.
Kind of surprised it wasn't Coolio, but
that would have been great. Normally we're not going to do this, but because I didn't promote it as heavily as I had meant to last week, We're also allowing signups online. So it is first come, first serve, and we've got the timestamps on any online. It's on Facebook or Instagram. Just comment on the post about the about trivia. There's one specifically about trivia that I posted today. So comment on that with a team name, and assuming that you didn't get a whole bunch of other teams before you, you're in. And I'll comment to say like, hey, you're in, awesome. But winning team gets prizes. So
Yay, which we will figure out.
I think
it won't be alcohol because we can't do that.
Correct.
But
I
it'll be
think
something.
tomorrow is going to be a gift card because gift cards are cool.
Gift cards are pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're cooler at some breweries than they are at others, but ours are okay too.
Yeah. Nat 20 has...
This is why I drink. Actually, I drink because it tastes really good.
Nat 20 has gift coins. They literally look like gold pieces.
They look like
They're
gold
so
coins.
cool.
They're so nice.
Trivia. Yay.
Fun fact, our family doctor loves my beer.
Really? What'd she say?
She said, yeah, you guys are real like malt heads, and I just love a good malty beer. We've gotten a few growlers from you, and I've sent my husband in to go get them because they're just really good.
I was going to say, I didn't know. So our doctor came in once, and it was one of those instances. I was behind the bar, and it was like, you look so familiar. Your
eyes look so familiar because doctor.
But no, it was at that point where masks were.
Oh, that was in the before times.
No, the vaccination, I think.
Oh, regardless, she's a doctor. She's ultra cautious. Good for her.
Yes.
Appreciate her.
Anyway, it's like, you look super familiar. I feel like I know you from somewhere. But I'm also kind of cautious about asking people, like, is this your first time? Because I have asked that of people who've been in like many times, and it's just like, sorry.
I'm literally sorry, Dad.
Yes. Yeah, my mug's up on the wall. Oh, yep, it is. Anyway, so like go through the whole transaction. The kids were like up and buzzing around and chatting with her and stuff. And she leaves, and Mark's like, did you recognize her? Like, kind of. That's our doctor. And I just like went and seen her like a week or two before. What? No. I felt pretty silly about that. But
she's cool.
So knowing that she sends in her husband, and I haven't missed her every single time that she's come in.
Yeah.
She's
super duper cool. I like her. She's like the only doctor I'm not stressed out to go to see. She walks in the room, it's like, hello. It's okay, cool. Everything's fine now.
She's so sweet. Anyways.
So trivia is happening. Yeah. Trivia tomorrow and every Tuesday hereafter.
We've got 3 rounds planned.
Yep. They will be random rounds. So So where last week was where last time was very Bardic centric.
Because it was our anniversary.
It was, and it deserved to be. This time is going to be
stuff. Although, I mean, we're creating the trivia, so it's definitely stuff that we're like interested in.
Yeah, if you like come in and chat with us much, you'll probably know roughly the genres we're going to go after.
Not necessarily the questions, but
this is well, come join a team, Glenn,
or be a team on your own.
Yeah. Team Glenn.
Team Glenn for the win.
He'll be the quiet guy in the corner that's like nailing every single round.
Yes, come. I would say bring your lovely dog, but we don't have the patio anymore.
Dang it. I bet Team Cool would welcome Team Glenn.
Or we could just have 2 teams and they could compete against each other.
Team Cool Glenn.
Cool Glenn. Team Chainmail.
Team Chainmail. Oh my gosh. The theme is random.
Yes.
It's just going to be random trivia. There will be 3 different rounds, both thrice.
You go, Glenn, go. I love it. Yeah, so theme is random.
Yes. So 3 different rounds, 3 different topics.
Yep.
So, on one hand, you might be answering a question about Mick Jagger, and the next one, Mickey Mouse. So, who knows?
Yep.
But,
did you just give clues?
Maybe. Which rock and roll singer is ungodly old and has an outrageously big mouth?
Steven Tyler.
Yep.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. You're gonna be hosting, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like my thing.
Yeah.
Yep. And we will, I don't quite technologically know how it's going to work yet, but I'll solve this problem. That's future Mark's problem. We will actually have a microphone and amp this time, so you'll be able to hear me.
You said
So that's nice.
your dad's offered the amp and he has mics.
Yep. We'll just see if they play with each other.
I can't imagine them not. Knowing your parents?
This is true.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out.
His parents are musicians.
There's
so.
always an adapter you can get somewhere.
Yes.
Wow.
Other events on the horizon. This Saturday is Boga. There's still plenty of tickets available. So, hour of yoga taught by the amazing Amanda, followed by drinks. Your first drink is part of the ticket price. It's a standard pour of beer or cider, or kombucha or soda.
Drain that kombucha, get a new beer on tap.
Or it's a flight of 4. This is the only time that we restrict it to 4.
What if we give an extra point to whatever team blows the kombucha tap to get the next beer on tap?
But what if we've misjudged how much kombucha's in there and we...
I've not. I picked that thing up and shook it. There's like mist in there. And I think if we get to about the break in the middle, I'm just going, oh, it blew, team. What's your name? Yep, blue, totally blue. Dump the rest out and back.
No, we're not dumping that kombucha.
You're right. We'll drink it.
All right. Other events, beginning of February. Mark kind of talked about this a bit already. Grew Up Fest at Bellwether. Let's put it into a growler count.
100%. Yes. Absolute.
Keep
filling these growlers until we get a point.
It's the kill the cake point.
That's right. Oh,
that should be a thing.
Oh,
that should be a thing. If somebody on your team kills a cake during trivia,
you
get a point. There's a kill the cake point.
Kill the cake point. Yes.
Woo!
Love it.
Okay.
That's a thing now.
It
won't happen every week for darn sure, but
for the weeks that it does, that'd be fun.
That's gonna be awesome.
And then we have to make like a big deal of it. So I'm the one that's pouring. So if something blows, I can be like, "Ah, kill the cake!"
Just keep 2 cans of silly string behind the counter. Yeah, just launch them out everywhere, and then we'll have to clean it up afterward. But that's okay.
I don't have my phone, so I can't write. You write ideas.
I'll write ideas.
Otherwise, I will forget. Well, especially, okay. Hold on 1 minute. Wendy, did you go clean your room?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. Other events coming up. Middle of February. I should have looked at the dates. There is the Wishing Star Foundation, ball. Not ball. It's like a
event.
Is
it an auction again this year?
I looked through all the paperwork that I had, and I did not see anything about an auction.
It's a good old time.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, that's all it took was some really bad answer.
No. Okay. I know that
it's not in the calendar yet, so I can't help you.
Yeah, I know. Get a sash or banner or certificate. I like certificate.
A Burger King crown.
Yes, when we turn it around and we have "kill the cake" written on it in Sharpie.
Except we'd have to do like 4 clovers up top so that we don't violate their copyright or anything.
Yes.
Killed the cake.
Yes.
The Bardic crown.
The Bardic crown.
We're having a night.
Or we create one of those Goodwill trophies where you just get a bunch of random junk and hot glue it together and spray paint it.
Oh my
and then if anybody kills the cake, their team name goes on it.
We've got a lot of good ideas. We're going to have to decide on here.
Anyway, so Wishing Star Foundation, middle of February. We will post about it. But
Cursed Crypt could cut a whole bunch of crowns for us.
They could.
Sorry, Wishing Star.
I think they are having an auction. Either that or they have goodie bags for all the VIPs.
I mean, it's win-win.
Yeah.
Either way.
Either you come, you support a wonderful organization, and you get to try all sorts of samples. I don't believe it's like it's not like a ticketed thing. So you just get to come and try stuff.
Welcome. Here's your cup.
Yeah.
Don't be an irresponsible person.
Well, I'm pretty sure they only bring in like one winery, one brewery,
and they
one
picked
spirit.
us.
Hush. But then have a bunch of like food and stuff.
Yeah. Which, if last time's any indication, the food's going to be dope.
Yeah.
It's going to be so amazing.
But anyways, you come, you gather all your stuff. I know they'll do like a slideshow showing what all they do, the kids that they help. Super cool stuff. The VIPs obviously get some VIP treatment. I'm not sure what all that entails. The times are correct. Remember we talked about that?
Okay.
Yeah, it works.
All right.
It does work.
Whatever.
Crown for each member. Yes. Keep the trophy in the tap room.
My team killed the keg and all I got was the stupid crown.
Yes. Trying to choke on my spit.
Stupid body.
So we will post about the Wishing Star Foundation and Groot Fest in the coming weeks. Yep. Right now we're focused on trivia.
That's going to be a screenshot for next week, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
It's like, should we just pose screenshots?
I actually think about it every time we're doing this. Okay, so those are events.
Mm-hmm.
Special.
Yes,
we talked about the special because
we did.
This is a busy week with starting trivia and
so stuff. We're going to be very strategic with our special this week. It's going to be no less neat. It's just going to be a whole lot less prep for us. Yep. So the special this week is going to be a Mediterranean pasta salad.
Yum.
Which I assure you is far simpler than it sounds.
It really is.
But it's going to be really nice. It's going to be some pasta, a little bit of veggies, a little bit of greenery, a nice balsamic olive oil vinaigrette over the top. It really does sound pretty complicated when you.
It does.
I didn't throw in the word reduction.
No, there's no reduction.
But yeah, so I mean.
Yes, we're making the olive oil vinaigrette ourselves because it's actually stupidly easy to do.
Yeah. So all of that in just a simple pasta dish. It's going to be really, really good, really, really bright and fresh, a little bit of acidic, just nice.
Yeah.
So. And I swear we'll get the minestrone out soon. I promise, Kaylee. Yes. I'm sorry.
Yes, we will. Make that accurate angel. We never made the accurate angel. Okay, that might be like a family craft over the.
We do need to make the biblically accurate angel.
Yeah.
In preparation for next year.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some pretty good renditions of it. We saw the original, but I've seen some others too that are just fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a question of do we do the fire rings around it or do we just do the wings?
See, I keep thinking about the eyeballs. Like
like
I don't want like googly eyes.
I mean, although that would be cool.
That would be cool. But like wouldn't it be really cool to get like the eyes that go into like stuffed animals to look like real animal eyes?
I can't decide if they should be that or if they should be multiform eyes, since the angels themselves are multiform. Basically shapeshifters. So some will be cat eyes, some will be snake eyes, some will be round eyes. I think it should be a grab bag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
as opposed to like a bunch of different sized googly eyes.
Yeah, I mean, the googly eyes would be hilarious. Let's be honest, but I think if we're really gonna go for it, we should probably get an assortment.
Yes.
Of stuff.
Yes.
Fun fact.
Yes.
This is my night for fun facts. Did you know, as you read through the Bible, as I'm sure you all have, the name of the angels, cherubim, seraphim, depends on which culture the Israelites were enslaved in during the writing of that.
That makes sense.
So when they were in one culture, it would be more snake-like, the seraphim. And when they were in another culture, it would be more multiform, crazy animal-like, the cherubim. Yeah, exactly. And so you can track when a book was written to which name they used for the angels.
Interesting.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Good history stuff is fun.
History's complicated.
Yeah.
Wendy is taking a real interest in history lately.
I would love to see what she does with that. If anybody's going to pursue that to the you really need to calm down level, it's going to be our daughter.
So there's a book series, but then Netflix also made it a TV series called like Who's Who. If you've ever seen like gone by Barnes and Noble's like kids section or something, and you see a book with an illustration of a famous person with the tiny itty bitty body and like this huge head, that's the Who's Who series.
Nice.
Yeah. And so the Netflix show, and it's all really like silly and over the top, and there's quite
tiny little characters with huge heads walking around.
No.
Trying desperately to hold their heads up as they walk.
No, I was gonna say there's quite a bit of poop humor, but which kind of explains why our 7-year-old likes it.
Which is historical, I suppose.
Anyways, so each episode focuses on 2 historical figures, and like I don't know if they just like grab bagged it, but there's no rhyme or reason to it. They have like the episode that has Blackbeard and Amelia Earhart, and then the episode that has Mahatma Gandhi and Ben Franklin.
Because why not?
Yeah. So, but the book series covers like everyone. Like you've got Caesar, but then you've also got Oprah.
Hopefully together. You get an army, and you get an army, and you get an army.
No, the book series is one person per book.
Oh. So there's not the 2 of them together.
No.
Because that would have been so rad.
No, Caesar gets his own book. Oprah gets her own book. Yes.
Genghis Khan and Henry Ford.
Yes.
Is that why our trucks are all so big and monstrous right now? So they can dominate all the other trucks. Oh, goodness sakes.
Okay.
That sounds like a cool series.
That's the special of the week.
Yes. Mediterranean pasta salad.
Yes.
In case the tangents confused you.
I think anybody that's No, we might have new people watching us.
It's possible.
There's 5 people watching us.
And to count on your fingers, you'll note that we have more than 5 parents between the 2 of us.
We do.
So that's definitely...
No, we have fewer than 5 parents.
Oh, right. Fewer than 5.
Because you have 2 and I have 2.
It's only Raven Master, I swear.
After the
that one doesn't count.
Wisdom.
It's sessionable, which means not beer.
Does not mean not beer.
It means not hardly beer.
Ales of Owl's Wisdom.
Ale, singular, of Owl's Wisdom.
Of Owl's Wisdom.
It's a D&D reference, obviously.
Oh, yeah. No, I totally know that. It's a mouthful.
It is.
Which is fine.
The beer isn't, but the name is.
God! You've got a thing against IPAs.
It has nothing to do.
Like them, though.
It has nothing to do with it being an IPA. It has everything to do with the fact that you could literally drink that until your stomach bursts and not become intoxicated.
That's okay.
It is okay.
Not everything has to hit Schmebulok proportions.
You don't hardly call it a beer.
Yes, you do. It's not a seltzer.
Okay, we found our middle ground. Cheers to middle ground.
Cheers. Somebody ask a question.
For reals.
Okay.
Yes, I will be making Schmebulok again soonish.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking.
We sat down and kind of talked about events throughout the year, and Summerween was definitely top of the list. So, Luke and Kay, we need to start talking. Because talk now,
or
and
forever
hold things will happen on time instead of a panicked rush at the end. Because
I'm gonna try to beat Schmebulok.
Ooh.
It's like Genus, they've conceded defeat as far as I'm concerned because they haven't tried. So I'm going to go ahead and beat myself.
Good.
It's like Schmebulok was cute.
Really, you always want to beat your past self.
That's right. Our counselor said I should make a 20% ABV beer. Basically, I might be paraphrasing.
I'm going to tell him that on Friday.
It was something about be better than your past self, which I took to mean make a 20% ABV beer.
Sure, that's exactly what he meant. Probably should do some sort of official business thing at some point. I agree.
Taxes.
No. Official business thing. I need to have all of my ciders with the yeast tasted by other people than me.
That would make a hilarious laughing point, but you're honestly right.
No, I am. I know.
We really honestly do need to do that just to get more feedback, because you and I might say this is the best thing on the earth, and everybody else says it tastes like grass. So
Well, I'll go through and do kind of the initial vetting because I can't pour 11 samples to. I mean, I suppose I can.
11 1-ounce samples.
It's a pint. It's less than a pint.
Yeah, it's also you can't really get the experience with 1 ounce.
True.
There's been breweries in the past that have tried and failed to do that. You want the flight tray of every 20?
Right. Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
I would
Yeah,
like 1 ounce of every beer you have. Thank you very much.
All right.
They're gone.
I will be having the samples in the tap room, I'm sure, once I kind of vet it down.
But
not.
Oh no,
not,
you can. Because it's yours, you can give those samples to anybody. Yeah. If you took it to Natural 20 or Steady Flow, you could not give them to anybody. You could only give it to the owners or their authorized representatives. Yes. But as it is, you can do whatever.
It's not something that I'm going to like make widely known, but
line up all the growlers in the bar. What are these?
Samples.
Nothing. They're nothing. They're a special order. It's for Uber Eats.
Oh, gosh. All right. Wow, we're really tangenting today.
I know. It's great. We need these times.
Yes, we do. I think we are on to random recommendation of the week.
Fantastic. And I'm
did
trusting
you ever
that you
think
came
of
up with something else.
I did not. Why would I have done that? Okay, I do. Go ahead.
So I get the one?
Yes, you get the one.
Okay. My random recommendation of the week is Travis at Feel Good Inc. He is the one responsible for our tattoos. That man is an unbelievable artist. It's extremely difficult to see on the camera, but if you come in, I'll happily show you. There are just like ruler straight lines on here, and they are just fine, like ballpoint thin lines, free-handed. All of that. Yep. There is beautiful shadings, like the spine of that book is totally rounded, free-handed, all of it. And I mean, just his attention to color and his attention to detail. There was stuff smaller than literally the tip of a pencil. And he's sitting there attending to all of those details, making it just perfect, chatting with you the whole time.
Yep.
Never mind that he's a phenomenal artist. He's a phenomenal human being.
Yes.
He will just as readily brag on his wife and child and tell you about how wonderful they are and how much he loves caring for them and protecting them. And we talked a lot. It was a very, very long session. Look at the size of this thing.
Because we did it one after the other. It was a total of
8 hours that I sat there, and I chatted with him most of the time.
Because the goal was that we were going to like both be there for each other's tattoos. It'd be super fun. I had to go to work. So Mark sat in a chair.
By the end, I had to go to bed. So, but he is unbelievably talented, unbelievably good human being. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, and super duper knowledgeable too. They started talking about neo-traditional this and neo-mosaic that, and yes, but you have to add the gesso to the wood before it acts like a canvas. Like, okay, guys, maybe calm down. I'm just here getting a tattoo. All right, that's okay. Super duper smart.
Be nerdy and proud of it.
He was nerdy in all the right ways, and for being approximately 9 feet tall and tatted up to look like he probably ran the jail when he was invariably in it, he had the most baby soft. I don't think so. He had the most baby soft touch. When he's like putting the plastic on afterward to seal it all up, it's like, could you just keep that up for a few more minutes? Because that's really kind of the nicest thing I felt all day. That's really great. The dude is phenomenal. He is talented. He's a good person. He's very, very fair in his work. I mean, I would his specialty is the color and the line work. So if you want realism, which was a hilarious verbal sparring between him and his buddy who was also working there. If you want like photorealistic realism, you go with Alex. But if you want wild, crazy colors and beautiful line work, you go with Travis.
And the line work is so amazing.
It's unbelievably good. So I strongly recommend him. Feel Good Inc. The other people that were there while we were there were similarly as chill and good people.
Very nice. The whole atmosphere was welcoming and very clean shop.
After you left, there was quite a number of kids just hanging out, having a good time there. They bring their own children in, much the same way we do. and the kids hang out. They have a good time. They're well respected by the adults. It is a good place.
The gal that's at the front desk has bright blue hair.
Oh my gosh, she's such a character. I love her.
So sweet. Just a sweetheart.
Yeah. So that is my random recommendation and my standing recommendation. Cool people, cool place, cool artists specifically.
We've only worked with Travis, so we can't speak to anybody else's art style, but I would suspect they are equally as talented.
Yeah. Oh, almost certainly.
Yeah.
What's your random recommendation?
Okay, so my random recommendation is a book. Go figure. I know. This is actually a book that my therapist
nice
sort of suggested. She actually suggested the workbook that I've been going through and said that the book was great, but you don't actually have to read it to be able to do the workbook. But I'm not that type of person.
That's where it's at.
What?
No.
Anyway, so it's called Maybe You Should Talk to Someone. And it's about a therapist. It's nonfiction. So the author is the narrator. She's a therapist, and it is, I can't remember what the tagline is, but the tagline's so funny. But it's like a therapist, her therapist, and clients, or something like that. But basically the gist of it is kind of like the stories that we tell ourselves, and how obviously it's a like dig into your own brain kind of a book. But she chronicles a major event in her life that prompted her to get her own therapist, and she highlights several clients, obviously with permission, with details either changed in unimportant ways, or like maybe she took two clients and merged them together to create one fictitious real client. To get the
this
point
guy
across.
Murdered 18 people. Actually, he just ate crayons. But I'm changing the thing to.
Gosh. Anyway, so you get to see this like spectrum of like how she dealt with this traumatic event in her life, and how her clients were dealing with traumatic events in their lives. And I'm only about halfway through the book so far, but she tells it in a really like humorous and approachable way. Like the way that she opens the book is by describing this client that she has that I wanted to reach through the pages and hit him. He was so amazingly annoying and like condescending, and just that person that you just want to hit them. But it grabs you because it's like, okay, but what happens to him?
Oh, gosh.
Anyway, so it's a really good book. Sorry, my slippers are slipping. It's a really good book. It's got a lot of insight into kind of like how people relate to themselves and to others.
Sorry. We'll make sure our house isn't burning down.
Okay, thank you. That's good. We're just kind of constantly boiling water right now because our house is so dry, and I suspect the water was low.
About a quarter inch.
Oh, yeah, nice. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so this book is really good to read. She's a very engaging writer. It's a pretty heavy topic that is dealt with a decent helping of levity to kind of get you through without making you like want to like cry through the entire book or something.
Would you say that your meta recommendation would be counseling in general?
Yes, absolutely.
That even if you've got your life together, you're totally good, you don't have any problems, everything's okay, you get a counselor for the same reason you go to the gym.
Yeah, or see a doctor.
You get a counselor for the same reason you swear you're going to go to the gym even though you're not going to.
Go to the doctor or the dentist.
Yeah. Your brain needs every bit as much help and fine-tuning and everything. So
yep. Well, and the more that I delve into like myself, the more I recognize that and I'm really on a focus of stories right now because of this book, but I'm starting to like notice the stories that I tell myself and places where they're not really that accurate, or maybe they used to be, but they're not anymore.
People can change.
I know, right? So it's, even though like my life's not falling apart, I didn't have some huge trauma in my life, but this has just been really helpful in both therapy and books like Maybe You Should Talk to Somebody.
Love that.
Yeah. Just in helping me like sort life out, because I don't know if anybody has told you guys this yet, because I know nobody told me for a really long time, but life's hard. It's just hard. And
somebody told me, but I was way too dumb to understand what they meant at the time, which is why I'm in therapy now.
Yeah. So having a counselor, a therapist is just
Good
across the board.
Across
Just
the
like,
board. Yeah.
yeah.
If you're young enough that you're not whispering to your friends, they were in therapy, then you're young enough to go to a counselor.
No, nobody's too old to go to a counselor.
That's true. You might just need to go to a counselor for that reason. But anyway.
Yes.
That feels pretty good.
Yeah, good to have a house. Yes. We're glad that no fire was erupting.
Yes.
Pot
burning. It is frighteningly hard to start a fire out of water, but not impossible.
I burned water once by doing that. It doesn't taste right when you try to then cook with it.
My grandpa was able to turn water into fire once.
What did he do? Alcohol?
Nope, water.
What did he do?
He had a steel plate that was so freaking hot, like ungodly hot from where it was, and when you sprayed water on it, it didn't just evaporate it. It broke it down into hydrogen and oxygen that then caught fire from the heat of the thing he was spraying it on.
Which grandfather was this?
Mine.
Yeah. Was it your dad's side? Or... That does not surprise me at all.
Yep. The one who had a steam engine in his basement that he almost finished before he passed away. Loved that thing.
What was he going to do with it once he was finished with it?
Be proud of the fact that he built it. It was literally a train wheel mounted up on bearings with the whole piston coming down and the whole arm assembly coming down and the piston going into the cylinder. And it was almost done. If he could have just added up a little bit more, the whole thing would have worked. He would have had a spinning train wheel for no other reason than because he could.
Because he could.
Yep.
What better reason is there, really?
Darn right.
All right.
I feel like we pretty much wrapped that up.
Yes. Okay, so overview. Ale for Owl's
Ale
Wisdom.
of Owl's Wisdom.
Ale of Owl's Wisdom. Raven Master. MD314. Chanterelle Lace is nearly ready to be released. Singularity is coming along really well. Is there another one?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, Tea yes. Earl Gruet Hot.
Tea Earl Gruet Hot is coming along very well. Cider experiments are bubbling. Not MD, Health Potion, and possibly Zuko or Social Distancing or Saber of Windu will be coming out, maybe Bridge 4.
MD is back at the tap room.
Yes, MD is back at the tap room. So if you really, 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 really want infinite glitter, we don't have the glitter, but you can mix Health Potion and MD and get the flavor.
Close your eyes and imagine. Rub your eyes really hard, and then you'll see glitter, and then...
Yes.
That is not my random recommendation of the week.
Events. We've got trivia tomorrow. Woohoo! So weekly trivia has started. Tuesdays at 6:30. Just let us know if you want to be on a team. We've got sign up at the tap room, or you can find the social media posts that I made today on both Facebook and Instagram and leave a team name in the comments, and I will let you know if you have been able to be part of the
team name and number of players.
Yes. I just said team name for this one, but
that's important though, because if we have 15 teams of one player,
true,
we can do that.
True. Okay. Yes. Boga is this Saturday. Grew Up Fest is coming the beginning of February. Wishing Star Foundation event is coming middle of February. Special this week is
Mediterranean pasta
salad. Random recommendations. Is that what we went to next?
Mhm.
Is Feel Good Inc., specifically Travis, and the book Maybe You Should Talk to Someone. Huzzah!
Yay! Well done.
All right.
Bye.
We love you guys. Bye.
To quote Encanto, bye.
Yes.